Hello all, welcome to the lecture series of higher order differential equation. Today we are going to see a particular integral. So method to find particular integral. There are three methods to find particular integral, but first thing is this particular integral we can find out only for non-homogeneous differential equation. If it is homogeneous differential equation, then only CF will be the solution for the given differential equation. So there are three methods to find particular integral. First is shortcut method, second is general method, and third is method of variation of parameter. Shortcut method is first. In shortcut method, how to find out particular integral. So in shortcut method there are total 7 cases to find out particular integral. First is to write particular integral, given equation is in the form of phi of d multiplied by y is equal to f of x. Now particular integral is written as y, it is also denoted by yp, which is equal to 1 upon phi of d multiplied by right hand side. Right hand side function is f of x. So 1 upon phi of d multiplied by f of x. Now there are 7 cases. So first case is, case number 1 is if f of x is equal to e to the power ax. E to the power ax means it must be of exponential order. If f of x is in the form of exponential order, then particular integral can be written as 1 upon phi of d e to the power x, which is equal to, if to simplify this, replace d by a. Now if we replace d by a, it becomes 1 upon phi of a multiplied by e to the power ax. Now if this denominator becomes 0, denominator becomes 0 means it become infinity. So it does not satisfy. Means if phi of a is equal to 0, then we can write it as we multiply the given function by x into 1 upon, find out derivative of this phi of d, which is phi dash of d multiplied by e to the power x, which is equal to x multiplied by 1 upon phi dash of a multiplied by e to the power x. Again we replace d by a. In exponential case we have to remember replace d by a. This is important step. Now in all cases you have to remember that if it is a, after replacing, if denominator becomes 0, then always we multiply it by x and find out derivative of phi of d, which is phi dash of d. Again replace d by a, but after replacing d by a, again if denominator becomes 0, that is phi dash of a is equal to 0, then we can write it as again multiply it by x, that is x square multiplied by 1 upon derivative of phi dash of d become phi double dash of d into e to the power ax. Again check that whether this denominator is 0 or not after replacing d by a. If it is 0, then repeat this procedure till we get answer. Multiply by x and find out continuous derivative of denominator, that is phi of d. So is it clear? See, again I am repeating. Case 1 is e of exponential order. Exponential order we have to remember replace d by a. What is this a? A is a coefficient of exponential order. So coefficient of x in exponential order is a. If a is equal to 1, then we replace d by a. If a is equal to 2, then we replace d by 2. So like that we find out its answer. Next, case number 2. Case number 2, if f of x is equal to sine of ax plus b or cos of ax plus b, means this is trigonometric function. Trigonometric function. So second case is related with trigonometric function, sine or cos only, not sec, cosec. Only it is related with sine and cos. So if f of x is in the form of trigonometric function, then how to write particular integral? It is 1 upon phi of d square multiplied by sine of ax plus b and cos of ax plus b. This phi of d square is just writing method. Actually it is a phi of d. In phi of d we have d square term, d term, d to the power 4 term. So whatever the terms we have, only the replacement is for d square. So that's why I have written here d square. So replace here, method is replace d square by minus of a square. Now again, what is a? A is a coefficient of x in trigonometric term. So if it is sin ax, then a is coefficient of x. If it is cos ax, then a is coefficient of x. So we have to replace d square by minus as it is. Don't do this, don't take this minus inside this square. Minus remain as it is. You have to find out square of only coefficient of x, that is a. So it is minus as it is coefficient of x whole square, which is a square. So whatever the terms in phi of d, only replacement is for d square term. So d square is replaced by minus a square. Now if we replace this d square by minus a square, it become 1 upon phi of minus a square into sine or cos term. So if phi of minus of a square is equal to 0, then we multiply this whole term by x multiplied by 1 upon. Find out derivative of this phi of d square, which is phi dash of d square multiplied by trigonometric terms sine and cos. Again repeat the procedure, again replace d square by minus a square. So it is x into 1 upon phi dash of minus a square into sine of ax plus b or cos of ax plus b. Next, if this phi dash of minus a square is equal to 0, then again multiply it by x, so it become x square, and find out derivative of phi dash of d square, which is phi double dash of d square, and again replace d square by minus a square. So continue this procedure till we get the answer. Next, case number 3. So case number 3 is if f of x is equal to sine hyperbolic of ax plus b and cos hyperbolic of ax plus b. Sine h of ax plus b or cos h of ax plus b, then particular integral is 1 upon phi of d square sine h of ax plus b or cos h of ax plus b. Now to simplify it, we replace here d square by a square. So remember, there is a similarity between these two cases. Here we have to replace d square by minus a square, and here in sine hyperbolic and cos hyperbolic we replace by plus a square. So here simply plus a square we have to replace, and remaining procedure is same. We replace d square by a square, so it is 1 upon phi of a square into sine h of ax plus b or cos h of ax plus b. If phi of a square is equal to 0, then multiply it by x and find out derivative of phi of d square. So it is phi dash of d square, and continue this procedure till we get the answer. So on the basis of these 3 cases, we discuss one example. Example is d square plus 2d plus 1 into y is equal to 2 cos x plus 3 e to the power x. Now, what is the auxiliary equation of this? To find out CF, we want auxiliary equation. So auxiliary equation is m square, replace d by m and equate it to 0. So m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. Now m square plus 2m plus 1 is perfect square, which is m plus 1 whole square is equal to 0. So what are the values of m? M is equal to minus 1 minus 1. It is repeated for 2 times because it is square. M plus 1 into m plus 1 is equal to 0. So m is equal to minus 1 minus 1. Now how to write CF? If two roots are real and equal, then CF can be written as C1 plus C2x multiplied by e to the power minus x. Then particular integral. Particular integral can be written as 1 upon phi of d means term in d, which is d square plus 2d plus 1 multiplied by 2 cos x plus 3 e to the power x. So this is what is the replacement for both the cases? It is different. This is trigonometric term and this is exponential term. So for both the cases are different and replacement is different. So we separate this for phi of d for both the term. So it is equal to 1 upon d square plus 2d plus 1 multiplied by 2 cos x plus 1 upon d square plus 2d plus 1 multiplied by 3 e to the power x. So what is the replacement for trigonometric term? We replace d square by minus of a square. What is a? A is a coefficient of x. X coefficient is here 1. So replace d square by 1 square, which is equal to minus 1. And here in second part, replace d by a. Replace d by a. What is a? A is a coefficient of x in exponential term. So it is 1. So replace d by 1. Now it is equal to 1 by d square by minus 1. So minus 1 plus 2d. Only in place of d square we substitute minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2d. Don't find out again its square. This is big mistake. Minus 1 we obtain by squaring minus of a square. So don't take again its square. It become wrong because we are replacing d square by minus 1. So d square by minus 1 plus 2d plus 1 multiplied by 2 cos x plus. Replace d by 1. So it is 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 1 multiplied by 3 e to the power x. So this is equal to minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. 1 upon 2d multiplied by 2 cos x plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 3 4. So 1 by 4 into 3 e to the power x. Now this 2 get cancelled, and we have to remember one thing. D is equal to d by dx. So 1 by d is nothing but its reciprocal, means integration with respect to x. So here remaining term is 1 upon d of cos of x plus 3 by 4 of e to the power x. Now what is 1 by d of cos of x? It is equal to integration of cos x dx plus 3 e to the power x upon 4. So this is equal to integration of cos x is sin x plus 3 e to the power x upon 4. What is this? This is pi. Now if right hand side is present, general solution is y is equal to, dependent variable is here y is equal to this cf plus pi. So y is equal to cf plus pi. You can call it as yc plus yp also, which is equal to sin x plus 3 e to the power x by 4. So y is equal to sin x plus 3 e to the power x by 4 plus CF is C1 plus C2x multiplied by e to the power minus x. So adding both the terms C1 plus C2x into e to the power minus x plus pi gives us complete solution. So this is the complete solution for the given differential equation. Thank you.